So what we're going to be talking about this week is how to bring the joy back to dating. Now, I want to give you 3 concrete and practical tips in order to do this, but the reason I'm talking about this today is because a lot of the women I've been speaking to recently, don't know if it's February, because it's February, it's the beginning of the year, it's cold, whatever, but dating seems like a real chore. It's, one person even described it as the drudgery of dating. It's like something you've got to do, you've got to wade through, rather than it being something that is actually fun and quite exciting. So I think, you know, if you are looking to meet somebody, especially in those kind of high trigger moments, such as like your friend getting engaged or coupling up, or you've had one bad date too many, it can be quite easy to lose the hope, and then all you can think about is the fact that you're not going to meet anybody, the fact that you hate dating. You know, you kind of take it to mean something personal about you, the fact that it's not happening because you're not good enough, or, you know, you'll start saying things like all the good guys are taken, or, you know, you're going to be single forever. It becomes very generalized, and it kind of becomes a little bit of a concrete belief, which will really affect your love life. It impacts your mood and how you feel about yourself and your vibe. It prevents you taking action because you're actually sitting there thinking, what's the point? This is never going to change. And you become fixated on what you don't have, so you actually end up missing opportunities that are out there. So let's get on to the 3 tips that will help. Number 1, take a break. If you've got dating fatigue, if it is heavy and disappointing and you're disenchanted with the whole thing, take a break from what is bumming you out. If you know that seeing people on social media be super smug and, you know, post pictures and snogging all the time is going to worsen it for you, take a bit of time out, delete the apps, mute those people, you know, get a little bit of distance. And on the same hand, if you know that app dating is actually having a bit of a negative effect on how you feel about things, they are just one avenue to meet people. So take a little break from them. Don't feel like you have to constantly be swiping, you have to constantly be on there, because what is meant for you is not going to miss you. So if you know that actually it's going to be better in the long run to have a break, step back, okay? You're going to get far better results if you're happy and excited to do something, rather than if you're in that headspace where you don't think it's going to happen, you hate being on the apps, you hate looking at everybody on Instagram, and you think everybody out there is an evil troll. Number 2, and this is so crucial and so important, but probably one of the hardest things to do. Number 2 is release the expectation you have around dating. Now, I know that especially most of my clients are dating because they want to meet somebody special, which means what we tend to do is put all of our hope and our energy onto that one date or onto that scenario, thinking if this works out, I'll be okay. I don't have to date anymore. So you're pretty much putting all your hopes and your dreams, and you're writing a script in your head that your date is going to have to live up to. Does that sound fun? No. And also what happens is when that date doesn't go exactly how you think, or that situation doesn't end in exactly the way you thought it would, it means you're crushed. So what we need to start doing is approaching dating just with curiosity. Your only goal for that date or for those dates is to get to know the person. You're going in with a curiosity to learn more. You're not going in jumping 10 steps ahead thinking, could this be the love of my life? You're not going in already judging them about what shoes they're wearing, okay? It is about approaching it with a curiosity, because it means that becomes about the journey, that becomes about what you're learning about yourself, it becomes about you figuring out what you want, rather than you being fixated on getting a certain result. And I think as well, you know, the more you're focused on that feeling good, on that learning, on that just, you know, oh, it would be nice to sit across somebody for a couple of hours, and the worst that's going to happen is I figure out what I don't want. That will make you feel so much better and so much lighter. And the third tip, I think, is going to sound a bit trite, but it is absolutely crucial. You know, this is really about embracing where you are and finding the gratitude in your situation. Because if you're single and dating, you can either hate it and fight it, or you can embrace it. It's not going to change your situation. It's just going to change how you feel about it, how you show up, and actually who you meet. So go get really clear on actually the amazing things about your situation, why you're glad that you're single. Write a list of all the things you can do, from starfishing in the bed to getting up and not having to think about anybody else. You know, there is so much, you know, hope and so much potential in your situation now, and really start embracing that. You know, when you're out, go and flirt with somebody in a bar for the sake of it. Go start doing fun, flirty things that build up the connection with people. And, you know, get excited about where you are now. Make plans. Bring that flirtiness and that kind of lightness back to it, because you can do it purely for yourself. So, to recap, take a break. There's nobody that's saying you need to be dating 24/7 if you're not having a nice time. Take a break, get some space, go back to the connection, get clear on what you want, enjoy where you are. Number 2, release the expectation. Stop putting a story on somebody you've never met. Stop walking yourself down the aisle. Go into the date with a growth mindset and a curiosity to get to know them. And number 3 is get grateful for where you are, so you can actually appreciate what's going on, and you will notice so much more, and you will have such a kind of better chance of actually enjoying the dates, meeting somebody, and, you know, potentially even meeting people where you're out. So yeah, those are my 3 tips. Please like, subscribe, rate, review, whatever it is you're meant to do on here, and drop me a comment if there's anything else you need to know. Lots of love.